Dude, so I actually have that same exact fucking chakra. Like, it's not like a blanket, but mine's like thin, and I hang it on my wall. It's not up right now, but I have the same one, and I fucking love it. I've meditated on that thing so many times. I have this one now in my room, and then I'm my Grateful Dead behind me, and some other stuff. But hold on. Feel it, dude. Yeah, I've been messing a lot around a lot with like sound therapy and stuff, and like writing a lot of notes. I also have a notebook filled with when I first started doing Reiki, and I wrote down every chakra and like a bunch of stuff about them. Um, it's weird throughout my journey. I've never really. It's like I know the basics still, and like I'm learning more, but like I never really got in depth with the chakras. And like when I talk about Reiki, sometimes I feel like I have imposter syndrome, dude, and it sucks because I feel like I know more than I think, and I act like I don't know anything because I'm like scared that I'm gonna be accused of being like a fake, like, oh, this guy doesn't know shit. And like I don't know why I do that, and I think it's because of expectations. Because I do Reiki, people expect me to know like everything about Reiki and chakras, and it's like I'm still learning, dude. The more I think I know, the less I really know. So but no, I'm totally down just to talk about, what we do know and experience, like our share our experiences and whatnot. um oh fuck, did I forgot what I was gonna tell you? Damn it. Anyway, um Reiki boy and chakra girl. I love it. um yeah, I think it's just I was talking to my brother, and I'm like, I don't know why. It's just like sometimes I feel like I'm in like I don't know what to call it. Flow state. You call it flow state when you don't have to prepare yourself. You don't have to think about anything. It just comes naturally, and it just like you're just so in tune with yourself in the moment that you don't get anxiety. You don't have expectations, and like everything just flows so good, and you're so articulated, and everything just comes out so smooth. And I love when I'm in that state. And I wish I was in that state all the time during podcasts, because like I feel like there's something about like, all right, I know I'm being recorded, and like there's possibly going to be people watching. So like just that, I feel like maybe it's a fear or something that I'm just not familiar with or like not comfortable with yet. But I think like giving it time, like the more time we practice, the better we'll get. Um, like with you overthinking, like with like your eye contact and like what should I do and this and that, and it's like I don't know, dude. I think I think we're both doing just fine, just being ourselves. And like the more we overthink it, that's the more that's gonna get in the way of the natural flow. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'll just think of when we start recording, like I won't think of anybody else. I'll just be like, all right, I'm just having a conversation with them, a normal fucking conversation with them, and I'm just gonna play it out like that. You know what I mean? Because when I talk to you, and there's not like the pressure of like, oh, we have to make this podcast perfect, or expectations, or attachments to the outcome or whatnot. I feel like I talk in such a more unique, more authentic space. And like not to mention, like I almost feel like, I don't know if it happens with you, but for me, because I have a problem with ego too. Obviously everyone does. But like when we start talking on a podcast, like I feel like I should know everything, and then like sometimes I project, like, instead of saying I feel, or like with my experience this, like I start saying like, yeah, this is how it is, and like this, I know everything. And I feel like my ego kind of gets in the way, and it takes over, and like I don't think it looks good on me, and sounds good. So I'm gonna start practicing like being more from an authentic place, like from my heart. And it's weird that you mentioned that because like the last time I tripped on acid, um, not to mention the last time I meditated and visualized my spirit guide, my not my spirit guide, but I went to my inner heart and I I met my my higher self, my sacred self I call him. And my sacred self was in my inner heart and he showed himself to me and I asked if he had any messages for me and he just kept pointing to my head and then to my heart. And dude, this it's weird because like the same thing like a few weeks earlier when I was tripping on acid, the same thing happened and it was like pointing to my head and my heart and I kept getting the message, get out of your head and start living in your heart. So I definitely think that would be a good topic. But yeah, dude, sorry for the late the delayed fucking the delayedness in my responding and stuff like that. um I don't know. I feel like this week I've just been, it's not like I'm like have anxiety or overwhelmed. It's more so like I'm recharging my batteries still from, I've never put in that much energy into a full moon and letting go. I never did. I've only done one cord cutting ritual and it wasn't nearly as intense as this one. Like I wrote 5 pages. I put so much energy and so much emotion into letting go and releasing not only resentments but like for forgiving myself and healing my inner child. And I got down to the root to my limiting belief, you know, and I was trying to heal everything that was coming to the surface and it took a lot out of me. And like, god, I still feel like I'm recovering and like I'm just been charging my batteries. I've been trying to ground myself in my root chakra. And also I'm trying to balance out because sometimes I get really really into like the spiritual side of life in myself and I need that balance between, you know, like one foot in the spirit realm and one foot in this realm. And I need that balance because if I don't, then stuff starts fucking kind of getting chaotic. And so I put a lot of energy into the spirit realm and I was healing a lot of things. So now, like this week, I've been focused on like the normal, this normal fucking human reality that we have, like going to work and doing my dishes and doing my laundry and cleaning my house and making sure I'm healthy and making sure I'm taking my meds and, you know, the kids' sports and school and just, you know, because sometimes I don't balance it out and I either go full out one way, the spiritual side, or full out the other way. And I need that balance. So that's what I've been like focusing on and trying to do. Sorry for the long ass message. Sometimes I like to talk. But I love you, dude. I appreciate you. And honestly, I think we both overthink and I think everything's going perfectly. And let's talk some more about like the podcast and what's up, because there was a part of me that was like, I don't know if I want to do a podcast. I don't know if I want like to put myself out there for other people to hear. Like what's the point? Like is it just like validating and like feeding my ego? Like am I like just putting on this persona? Or but then again, like I'm looking at it from a different duality and I'm like, we talk about some pretty deep shit that a lot of people are probably too scared to talk about and be open minded with. So if we can like talk about stuff from our experience and put our egos aside, you know, because we really don't know anything. The more we think we know, the less we really do. Um, but we do at the same time, and it's weird. Simultaneously, like we know a lot of stuff, and, and it's good because like we've been through some heavy shit and we can put that stuff into action and tell about our experience and maybe it can help people. So I'm trying to look at that way too, and I'd like to talk to you about that. But anyway, dude, I'm here all day. Later I gotta go and bring Bailey home and get some dinner, and I was thinking after that we could talk for a little bit and then start a podcast if you want. But anyway, I love you, brother. Sorry. Dude, all right. Every Marco I've done lately has been with like people from the NA group, and that's what I always say at the end. Love you, brother. Love you, sister. Peace.